Hello and welcome into another edition of Siena Saints Weekly. I'm your host, Andrew Champagne. In just a moment, we'll be joined by Siena women's tennis head coach Andy Christodoulou, but first let's take a look at the week that was in Siena College athletics. Siena baseball got back on track this past weekend, taking 2 of 3 from Ryder. Siena split a doubleheader on Friday to open the series, and here's Siena manager Tony Rossi's thoughts on those 2 games.
Second game, we hit the ball very well. He got into their bullpen, which we feel if we can get into their bullpen, we can beat them, because we think that's their weakness. They only have one guy that comes in late for them, who is pretty good. So I would say that overall it was a good day for us to split with this club.
The Saints went on to capture Saturday's season finale 3-2. The team will be home on Tuesday for a doubleheader against Cornell before going west for a 3-game series at Niagara this weekend. Men's lacrosse started a new home winning streak Saturday in emphatic fashion, thumping Manhattan 20-6. 13 different Siena players scored in the win, with Brian Neufeld and Danny Martinson each scoring 3. Here's Martinson and Siena coach Brian Bracht.
Our offense is very fluent, we just moved the ball really well, hit our shots, and took the right shots.
I'll tell you what, I knew Tuesday night we had a little 15-minute game that went to double overtime. The competition between the guys getting up and down the field really led to focusing on the game plan on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and hopefully we can keep this going for the next couple of weeks.
The Saints will next be in action on the road Saturday, facing MAAC rival Canisius. Women's lacrosse kept their MAAC tournament hopes alive Friday with a 12-3 trouncing of Niagara. Erin Hepper scored a first-half hat trick, while the Siena defense held the Purple Eagles to just 11 shots on goal. Here are Hepper and Siena coach Andrea Duffy after the win.
The first goal we didn't get till 3 minutes into the half. We stayed composed the entire time. We were patient. We didn't force any shots, and that's what helped us out today.
Offensively, it's just about chemistry, being on that same page, making sure that we stay spread out and finding the openings. We valued possession for the entire game, and that's where we are able to get those great goals.
The Saints couldn't keep it going Sunday, however, falling 19-8 at Canisius. They'll need a win this Saturday at home against Marist to keep their playoff hopes alive. Siena Softball split 2 games at Manhattan Saturday, winning the first 3-2 before dropping the second game 13-1. The Saints brought their win total to 14, matching their total from last season with 14 games still left on the 2011 slate. They'll play 3 home doubleheaders this week, hosting Central Connecticut Wednesday, Holy Cross Thursday, and Canisius on Saturday. Water Polo is 4-4 in the MAAC after splitting 4 games this past weekend, including their first win over Wagner in their last 8 meetings with the Seahawks. They're tied for 3rd in the conference with Wagner with just 2 MAAC games to go, but their next challenge is a big one. They go to nationally ranked Hartwick on Wednesday. Women's golf finished 4th at the Rory Invitational this weekend. Caitlin Mannix finished 2nd at the range-shortened event, just 2 shots off the lead. Meanwhile, men finished 13th at the Navy Spring Invitational, led by David Gushy, who tied for 29th. And both men's and women's tennis wrapped up their regular seasons recently. Joining me now from Siena Women's Tennis is head coach Andy Christodoulou. Andy, welcome to the show.
Hi, Andrew. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. Talk a little bit about this past regular season.
It was an exciting season for us. We started the fall with a lot of tournament play. We focused on doubles in the fall, and we got our doubles action going, and then in the spring we focused on our singles patterns and strategies, and it helped us a lot to get to the playoffs that are starting this Wednesday.
You touched on it just now, starting 3-0 in MAAC play and clinching a berth in the MAAC tournament very early on. What was it like to be assured of a postseason bid that early on in the conference slate?
Well, it works both ways. Once you know you are in, and you relax a little bit, but then you let yourself relax a little more than you need to, and then you are not focused on the next match. And I think that's what happened to us in the next 3 matches. We were right in them, but we faltered on all 3. But we're still in the tournament, and that makes us happy.
This Wednesday, you start that tournament at a great venue, the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in Flushing. What's your mindset heading into that tournament?
Well, we have to be aggressive. We can't let all the teams that are there now, there is 4 teams, the top 4 teams in the MAAC. We have to be aggressive. We can't let the play come to us. We have to implement our tennis on them and take it to them. Otherwise, you are out, 1 and out.
Your first matchup is against Fairfield, who won this tournament last year. They beat you 6-1 in the last matchup. What does this Siena team need to do to turn the tables?
Oh, well, they beat us 6-1 yesterday, but all the 4, 5, and 6 singles went deep into second set, and it was heavily contested. So we were right in it to grab the 4 points we needed to win. It just didn't happen. So I believe if we play aggressive doubles, grab the doubles point, and then capitalize on our singles, we have a chance.
That MAAC tournament again coming up on Wednesday. Lightning round time, Coach. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Your favorite movie?
I would say Casino.
Favorite TV show?
I would have to say Seinfeld.
Good show. Biggest pet peeve?
Rudeness.
Really? Simple one, yet something so many people ignore. Finally, last question. If you could have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be?
My father, my mother, my brother.
A lot of family ties there.
Yes, indeed.
Nice to see. Well, that's going to do it for today. I'd like to thank Andy Christodoulou for stopping by. Andy, best of luck in the MAAC tournament.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
I'm Andrew Champagne, and I'll see you next week.